Hey guys, it's Steve here again. Now, it's been a while since I've done a YouTube, which is what I usually say all the time, and it has. I'm moving shop, and my workshop's in a bit of a mess at the moment because I'm moving to the country and I've got to pack everything up. But I've been doing a little job. Now, this is on another subject, and this is Bunnings price matching. Very interesting process this morning. You see, I've got the Festool Impact driver, which is the 15, not the latest one, which is the 18. Look, it's okay. The 15, it does the job. Takes for ages to get push big screws through, but I'm not going to do a demonstration on that today because the 18's out now and it's brushless and people want to buy it. Now, I wasn't going to go and buy it because I want something a bit more that I can sort of be sort of tougher with, because where I'm going to is in the country and it's got a bit of a, more of a country sort of vibe. It's not a suburban house in the country. I'm in a country property. I might be making fences or garden beds or whatever. So I want something tough, reasonably priced, something I can throw around. The Festool stuff, frankly, I just prefer to use that in my workshop rather than out on the field. And that's where other manufacturers come into play for me. Now, I know it's a Festool. I talk of this as being a Festool site, and I normally do reviews on Festool. But today it's not so much having a review on the tool, but it's a review on the experience that I had getting the tool. Now, first of all, the tool that I wanted was a Makita. It is their new brushless 4-stage impact driver. It's pretty powerful. I've actually seen a lot of reviews before I bought this because I've already got a whole pile of Makita stuff with it, which has got the battery set up. So I bought the skin only. Interesting. The skin from all the big box movers, Total Tools, United Tools, Bunnings, all that, $319, which is pretty reasonable considering that the Festool one is probably dearer, but we won't even go into that side of it. Today, I thought I would see what prices on eBay would be. So I punched it in, and sure enough, on eBay, I found a couple of online stores in eBay that had the same product, the same code, sent from Australian people in Australia, free of charge shipping, for $219. And I thought, that's $100 difference. Now, $100, well, $100 can buy me, a bunch of nice wine, could buy me, a dozen bottles of nice wine or some more tools or whatever. So I thought, I thought I'll go and test two things today. One, I went to Total Tools and tried to do and put in the price match, put the link to the eBay store, and I get a thing back from Total Tools that they're having a bit of a whinge and a cry that it's due to COVID-19, that they're working from home, and normally they respond in 24 hours, but now they're not responding for about a week. I mean, that's probably because they've got to educate the kids at home, and the dog's causing a hassle every time they're on the phone or whatever. So I thought, well, forget Total Tools. That's not good enough as far as I was concerned. I'll buy it on eBay. But you know what? I wanted to test this theory that these stores say they guarantee the lowest prices. It was more for that than anything else. So I thought I'll go and test the big one, and the big one being Bunnings. Now, Bunnings make a big hoo-ha, a big advertising hoo-ha about they're 10% cheaper than anyone else, and they'll match it and blah, blah, blah. Now, I read up some statistics, and I saw some statistics which showed that it's a very small amount of people actually will ask for the price matching for two reasons. Number one, the first one is I don't know why, but the second one is most of the products that Bunnings have is not available from anywhere else, and it's usually a special line that they have or whatever. But when it comes down to something like Makita or Milwaukee or DeWalt or those sort of things, then they're pretty much in the same arena as everyone else, being with model numbers. So I found on eBay an online store for $2.19. So I went down to my local Bunnings store in Altona, and the girl at the counter was very nice, and I said, look, I've got these. I printed out a couple of the receipts, or not the receipts, or the price things from eBay so that I could show the evidence to the store. And I explained to them I've never done this before, so I'm going to be interested to see how the process is and how gracious they are at doing it. Now, I had the girl at the desk have the manager come down. So the manager came down, and then straight away, well, what can I do for you? More than, hi, how are you? Or something. Well, I was a bit disappointed in that. But anyway, I explained to her that I've got I've got some evidence of what these prices are. $3.19 in your store, $2.19 on eBay, and one was at $2.20. So the first thing she explained to me was, do they have a store? And I said, yes, they have an online store. No, but that's not what I'm saying. Do they have a store? Are they like a Total Tools or a United Tools or Mitre 10? No, it's an online store, because clearly, if anyone wants to read it, and I'm sure you can, under the Bunnings price match guarantee, or the 10% off, or whatever they match, they say that it has to be from an online or physical store. So therefore the argument then is, what is an online store? An online store, to me, and see if I'm wrong, it could be someone who's got a garage full of Makita that they've bought wholesale, and they're now selling it on eBay as an on-seller and making a smaller profit than, say, like a box store. Now, a big box store, Total Tools, United Tools, Bunnings, all those sort of things, yes, they've got physical stores. But the argument from the manager was, do you know them? Do you know where they're from? My answer was no. I looked it up on eBay. Now, we saw a particular, I gave them 2 receipts. Straight away, she discounted one of them, even though that they'd sold over 560 items, because of the name. It was D38 or something like that, DE38. And that's not exactly what it was, but I'm just using it for reference. So she said straight away, oh, that's not a store. And I said, well, I think you might find it is if they're sold. She said, oh, because we don't match it on individual selling something. And I agreed. I didn't expect that you were going to match on an individual selling a one-of item. The other one was, I think, something tools online. So she went away, and I said, well, please look it up. And she said, who are they? Where are they from? And I pointed it out on the receipt. I said, look, there's a company called Tools Online. Please look it up. So she went to look it up, and she took a little while. And she came back, right, yes, right. Yes, well, I'm satisfied that it's an online store, and we will match it. Now, that was fine, and that's good. That was done. But what I wanted to say to her, and I think I did say to her, but I don't think she kind of got my drift. Well, that's great, but it shouldn't be a painful experience. When somebody advertises that they will be cheaper than anyone else in big letters, they blast it on TV, they tell us all that, but when we go in and we ask for that, we get treated, well, not as good as I would have expected. I would have thought a bit more of a cheerier approach. I mean, if you're going to offer that service, then be gracious about offering that service. That's all. Now, she did offer it. The manager down there, her name was Christine. I did make her smile eventually. It was hard to make her smile. We did have some, agree to disagree arguments. Well, stimulating conversation. As I said to her, my counter argument is not with her personally, but with the store that she works for, because it's the store that makes the policy. The policy clearly shows that any online or physical store that they will match. And I understood that, and and it was clearly an honest. However, she did match it. So this was $319 at any box mover, and here I have the receipt, and I paid $197.10. So that she did honour it. She did honour it, and she beat it by the 10%. So for that, I think was a very good outcome. Yeah, it could have been a bit more gracious, but that's subjective at the end of the day. And I find it a stimulating conversation. I did say to her that I do have a YouTube channel that has experienced, hundreds of thousands of viewers. Thank you, everybody, for sort of viewing and getting ideas or whatever. So the idea is, if you want a price match to someone like Bunnings, then make sure you print it out and it's from an online store that they can check on, which is fine. I have no problems with that. But make sure that it's on eBay, that it's an online store, and not an individual, and then you shouldn't have any problems. So today I thought I would share my experience on a company which bases their whole advertising on this. And look, don't keep me to the figures, because I just sort of glanced over it, but I think it's something like, I don't know, 7 to 10%, I think, of people ask for the price match. So the rest of the punters are paying the big bucks and not even bothering to try it. Yet they use it as their greatest key line to their whole advertising. But anyway, getting back to the little baby that I bought, I saw the reviews on it. It's actually damn good. And look, it's a little tacker. It's a little tacker. It fits as batteries that I already have. It's as powerful as, and it'll drive a 150mm screw into oak, like with no pilot hole, which is pretty amazing for a little unit like such. So I'm looking forward to using it today. It actually feels even, I suppose, sweeter, because I got it for a good price. And on that note, I'll see you later, guys. And there's today's tip on testing the big stores on how good they are with their price matching policies. Okay, hope you save a bargain. Cheers.